So what I like to do, right, I'm going to give you another demonstration of this play. I'm brawling the front line, right, pressuring them from taking any space, right, trying to deny them from walking up, and I'm waiting for someone to either play overextended or for someone to try and take an independent challenge. So I see this Star-Lord's going up the top there, right? Oh, I see him now, right? And I immediately jump on it and try and take the challenge on him because he's an isolated target in a 1v1. And now, because I have momentum, we've gotten 2 picks. We have the tempo, the momentum here. I am going to do what I call a transfer, right? So I go into the backline and I disrupt now because they don't have a solid formation. It allows me to get into the backline, farm a bit of ult, maybe, look for a one clip, look for a pick, and then I should back out and leave. Now, I tried to leave here, but I got earthbounded and I die. So that's really bad. I don't want to be fighting too close to this thing because he can earthbound me. Same with the Wolverine. Right? There's a lot of threat with these characters. So, and I don't want to be flying high up in the air because they have the Hulk and the Star-Lord as well that can just challenge me and catch me out if I play too aggressive. So they have double sustain healing, a weak backline. So what I can do is if I frontline brawl here, I have enough pressure combined with my team plus their weaknesses for me to play Star-Lord like this. If they were playing a different comp, I might dive, but in this composition, I don't need to. So again, I'm just brawling this front line right now. So the choke, so you can see I'm playing this corner here, right? Right here, I'm playing this corner on our diagram. The reason for that is that their cart is standing right here. The cart is right here right now, right? If they want to push up and take over this angle, they're not walking the cart anymore. Right? So they need to play around here and still play to move the cart because they can't take all of this pressure right now because we're brawling right now on the front line. We're denying them from moving the cart. If they were to jump into a backline like they do, they die. So they're making a mistake right now because they're over pushing their corner. So they're playing too aggressive, and they can't still sitting there, right? They can't still moving. They've pushed up because they've used an ult. So they've used cloak ult. So cloak ult has come around. It's let them walk up and play aggressive at the end of the cloak ult, right? If they say let's put this for another example, right? For why they can't walk around the corner. Say both their supports are playing back here, right? They're on the cart, both the supports are healing the cart, and their Hulk and their Wolverine, they jump around and they try and fight here. Guess what? They have no LOS. I can't draw an X. They have no LOS for them to see across, right? The Hulk and Wolverine over here, they're fighting it, and they're trying to move the cart. It doesn't work. So they need to play to their angles. So this creates a choke for us right on this corner for us to play back here. I'm running out of colors. But yeah, it creates a choke for us on this point here for us to hold. So that's why we're playing on this corner. Because again, if our supports are playing all the way, back, and their supports are playing all the way back here, we meet at the corner, and that's where both teams will brawl. So we're just cleaning up here. Poking a little bit. So again, the way that I like to play Star-Lord, be on the front line, poke out, cause a little pressure, build my ult, be very noticeable, and then wait for a transfer onto the backline. Once I brawled a lot, I like to dive a little bit more when I see opportunities because it means because they haven't been expecting it. So that's another way that I like to play. I like to flip between them as I play and be flexible. Again, I'm looking for an independent challenge here. So someone that is on their own that I can 1v1 and kill very quickly. Most of the time it's this Star-Lord because he's very afraid of me in a 1v1. And he just keeps dying every time I challenge him. So I get my independent 1v1 and then I can just walk down the main line with my team. And I'm just brawling anything, protecting them from this thing, trying to do damage, walking them all back into their spawn. I don't like to play ahead of my tanks. I just like to play in safe angles and then use my movement to take independent challenges and to escape. So you can see I don't really do a lot of flying. I just kind of stay on the ground and I just kind of beam. That's a really bad ult. That was really aggressive. So that was not a safe ult. I was not in cover there. So I'm just going to back up. Hopefully. And I'll reset. I have my TP. Nice. And I'm just going to play this. So what I'm doing here, right, is I'm just waiting for my team to TP. I can see we're stalling the point here still. We still want to stall the point because the second we lose this choke, right, we lose this choke, then we're all forced here. Once the card is here, we're fucked because now we have no defense. We have no choke to play. So we're just trying to stall the card here and wait for my team's TP to come through. Once the TP comes through, I know that I can play this again. I grab a health pack, and then I look again for an independent challenge. The Star-Lord has been the easiest pick for me every single fight, so usually I target him. But it's not always going to be a Star-Lord. It's just, you know, whoever is playing aggressive that I can challenge to look to take momentum over the fight and, what do they call it? Like roll them. Like, create a roll. I don't know. So yeah, great first round. You can see the whole time the point never leaves here. And we do that by creating space and denying them space. So on defense, we're more denying space than creating space. So that's why, although, you know, we're not getting alert kills, that's why the card's not moving. Because we're denying them space and we're holding on the point, denying them to walk forward and around the corner that they want to. This second half is short. So on Psylocke, I play very similar to how I play Star-Lord. You know, I just play around the main lane, try and build my ult, and look for any independent challenges. So I can see that Thor's up there, but he's already been brawled, so I don't want to deal with that. Thor, you don't really want to get into a close range with Thor. So you'll see I make a decision whether I want to fight them in a 1v1, and that's purely off of the character they're playing, and if I can win that 1v1. So sometimes I'll take it, sometimes I won't. That Rocket is the freest pick of his life. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know how to mute notifications. They just pop up all the time on the VR. So I should have done this earlier. But on characters like Psylocke and Star-Lord, make sure you're breaking that penny nest very early, and make sure that it's a focal point of your fight. You want to be the one breaking the nest. Don't leave it to someone else. because you're the best character for it. I know it's not fun. I know it's not shooting enemies, but it'll win you fights and win you games. So I'm just getting mixy here, getting brawly, looking for independent challenges. I like to play Psylocke a little bit more divey. You know, once the fight gets going, we go for that backline and we look to tear things up. Again, target priority, focus the supports, you create pressure, and look at all this space here now we've got, right? Because we're diving the supports, because we're making them walk back, even though the cart is here, look at where we've walked them to. We get 1 pick, 2 picks, and then we just steamroll. Oh, you can make it disappear. I go for the backline. Now their tanks and everyone are back here, all peeling on this, and I'm not even fighting it anymore. Right? I don't need to be killing anything. Because look at all this space I've created. Now they're all back here. None of them are on the point, other than the Penny Parker. There's a Star-Lord, a Thor, we've got an Invis. Everyone is back here, and they're not playing the point, and they're all afraid. And now they're all going to run out desperately and go to the point. They have terrible formation. And we do all that by creating space. And then we're just free to clean anyone and everyone up. It's all free picks now. Perfect. So we're just going to watch the sequence one more time. Just because I really want to, I think this sequence is a really good example of how space wins you games rather than picks. Because Penny Parker, another reason why you want to be breaking the nest, that denies you space. If the Penny nest is up, right, your team can't move the cart through here. If they've got a Penny nest in here, your team is stuck with the cart here. And if it gets stuck in this archway, that's a really good choke here for them. Because it means we've got to play either back here where it's really safe, or we've got to try and play around here in more of a brawly for our supports. Our supports have to play around here. And they have all this cover for them to play safe. That's why this choke is really bad. It doesn't have a lot for us to work with. So we want to be looking for a pick here, an early pick to cause momentum roll. And we want to be breaking the nest as soon as possible. Look for an independent challenge. Try and burst down the tank now because they have no support. They only have 1 support. And just look to burst anyone down. Dive for the backline. And create all this chaos, all this space. See, they're all back here, trying to protect, trying to deal with us, and the cart is just freely walked all the way up, and they've had no contest. Because we took all their momentum and got Mixie on their backline. This Rocket is the freest pick of his life. He has no idea what he's doing. But yeah, that is going to be how you create space on Star-Lord, and I guess Psylocke as well, in Marvel Rivals. As a DPS player, I hope this was a good review. It wasn't as as like free cammy as I'd like it to be. You know, I can't really show you alternate routes or whatever because I don't have access to my PC right now. But those videos are coming, so stay tuned. Leave a like and subscribe, please, if you find this valuable, and if you enjoy the VR format. I know, tell me, because it's fun. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Be kind, troopers. Alright, have fun.